Hidden my meth. Someone has. Need it I do. Oh,
Enough!
Hmm?
We've all had enough of your addiction, your sickness. Every day, younglings ask me whether, if they're good enough, you'll stop abusing those substances. The knights just shake their heads, viewing you as a disappointment. The masters live in hope. The hope that you'll one day get better. But every day that passes sees the light of that hope dim a little more. We've all done nothing but love you, given you nothing but support. But do you change? No! You keep on poisoning yourself with those fucking drugs. And for what? What do drugs give you that we can't? What is it that makes drugs so much more important than your family, your friends?
The high. The high drugs give. Match it. You losers cannot.
I know you changed after your final conversation with Dooku. What did he say? What the fuck did that man say? Why the fuck did you change?
Matters, it does not.
No! No more of that. You can't keep doing drugs, or throwing people through walls, or passing off your fines or penalties to random members of the public. You need to clean up your act, and not just because we all miss the old Yoda, but because the galaxy needs you again. A beacon of the light, standing against the darkness.
Get me my meth. Being a beacon does
Okay?
not.
Fuck it. Fine. You won't listen to me, but maybe you'll listen to the rest of the council. This is a fucking intervention now. Everyone here needs to talk about how they've been hurt by Yoda's dependence on drugs. Except Mundi, who's too much of a psychopath to feel anything beyond a grim desire to burn people alive.
Very well, I'll start. Master Yoda, when you take the drugs during our fascinating conversations on the ethics of using mind tricks, as interpreted by the Mon Calamarian philosopher Kim-Noel Ilant, who argued that—
None of that nerd shit! Force above, it'd be enough to make me start using. Let's move on. Shakti, huh? It looks like you've had an aneurysm and died, but I'm in no way confirming that as a legitimate, or in any way, a verified death. Instead, Master Coleman, you're widely acknowledged as the Council's greatest orator, and are often considered the wisest Jedi of your generation. Perhaps ever.
every being knows Master Coleman's speaking skills are legendary. He always has something incredible to contribute, and it's always amazingly worthwhile.
The richness and depth of his speeches are impossible to overstate. It's even said the more intrinsic worth you have as a person, the more beautiful and comprehensible Master Coleman's voice sounds.
Indeed. Master Coleman, if you wouldn't mind, explain how Yoda's use has affected you. Apologies. I teared up a little there. Please, give me a moment to gather myself. That was most moving. Thank you, Master Coleman. Anakin, I'm sorry you have to follow that, but please explain how Yoda hurt you.
Well, when Master Yoda picks me up and starts using me as a mop, simply because I asked him for clarification on my thesis on a certain academic document which I cannot specify, it makes me feel hurt. And not only because Master Yoda is not terribly careful about making sure he doesn't knock my head against the bucket when he dips my head for another round of mopping, nor because he always waits until I try to breathe in before dunking me. Rather, I feel hurt because I know Master Yoda could do so much good. And to see him passed out in the middle of the hallway with younglings awkwardly stepping around him and the steadily growing pool of vomit. Or in situations like that time, he turned up to the Galactic Senate to represent the Jedi Order so high he forgot to put on clothing. Well, simply put, it makes me feel most woebegone.
Most woebegone? Fuck it. Sure, I'll go next. Master Yoda, in many ways, you're the face of the Jedi Order, a shining light, a beacon that generations have looked up to. Sure, you've always been something of a party animal, and never shy about using certain recreational substances to enhance your visions. But after that final conversation with Dooku, you changed. I don't know what the fuck that man said to you. But since then, if you're not spending your waking hours high, often while partying, then you're manipulating the weather to destroy books.
For nerds, reading is.
Or forcing some sniveling, sad, pathetic excuses for Jedi to smuggle ketamine or whatever by jamming it in their ears.
Sorry. Could you repeat that last bit? Hard to hear you with all this ketamine or whatever jammed in my ears.
I mean, that's not even a fucking efficient way to smuggle drugs.
Small deformed ears. You trash have.
First, that's incredibly racist. Secondly, and more importantly, it's fucking deflection. You've gone from occasionally dabbling in substances, perhaps overindulging occasionally, but using mostly to enhance the visions you experience, to getting so force damned high out of your mind. It's a miracle you've still got vision. Don't think I've missed the fucking eyeball shots and alcohol enemas you've been downing lately. Where the fuck does it end? In a hospital with no one around you because your selfish, hedonistic ways have driven away everyone who really cared about you.
The only hope it is.
The fuck does that mean?
Foretold everything is. The dark times coming they are. Suffering there will be. Showed me all, Duke you did.
You know, it's a really fascinating dichotomy.
You say another force-damned word about dichotomy, another Jedi Master is going out that window with the kind of acceleration and speed more traditionally seen in pod racing. Master Yoda, please continue.
One directional, the galaxy is. Stopped, the flow cannot be. Diverted, the flow cannot be. But derailed, perhaps. Hated, I must be. Only then, a better future there can be.
I sense we're close to a breakthrough, but... Does anyone know what this man is talking about?
I can see you're talking past one another, so allow me to translate. Master Yoda demands that we give him meth, of the kind of quality which would make dealers who exclusively sell to children think it'd be unethical to supply, and in the kind of quantity that'd keep an organization as large as the Pike Syndicate well-funded for the next few millennia.
To quote Master Mundi, when he discovered his genocide of a Geonosian hive wasn't complete. This isn't over. I'll come back and finish this mission, no matter the cost. To stop quoting Mundi, because the remainder of that quote is probably some horrifying shit about how the screams of newly orphaned children serenade him to sleep at night. Master Yoda, I will make you a productive member of the galaxy again.
Failed, I have.